In this quick video guide, we're going to talk about face sets in Blender. We're going to do some examples, some really simple examples with simple objects. So I'm just going to start with a new project so that we can start all together. And I'm going to use the standard cube here. And I'm just going to go in the Sculpt mode because these are tools that we can find in the Sculpt mode. And here they are. You have a menu here, face sets. And also let's expand the toolbar of the brushes and the various sculpting tools. And let's go down here about on the middle. And we have the mask that we already used in another video. And then we have the draw face sets. Now, before we start, we know that when we do sculpting and painting, we need some extra polygons. So we only have 6 faces right now of the box, so we need to increase it a little bit. We can turn the wireframe on, so we can see the structure or topology of our model. So if I use the simplify, which we already used in other video guides, I can start to brush and create new faces. But before we do that, we need to activate Dyn Topo up here. So let's activate it. And then let's start to paint. So you can see that we are actually painting polygons. So where I click and drag with my left mouse is gonna add more and more polygons. And this is good if you want to switch from technical drawing with a simple cube with simple faces into something more organic and sculpture. So if you want to do sculpting again or create like characters, animals, rocks, anything that it's organic. Now let me just change the visualization again. And I want to, you can see it's creating these weird cuts, but we can fix that. Let's assume that we want to do again something organic. So I probably would use here on a smooth brush to smooth this out so that this could become like a rock, a cubic rock, or could be like a ice cube, or could be, I don't know, it's kind of a, you know, a little bit of rounded object of a particular material, which is again not something too um, straight, but it's something more organic and soft. So there you go. And we can use this one here now with the face sets. We have this simple object. Now let's go all the way down, select the draw face set. Let's start with this one. So I'm going to click and drag and nothing will happen. Why? Because we need to turn off Dyn Topo. Dyn Topo is really handy, but we need to remember that it's something that is creating topology, is changing the topology. So we need to turn it off if we want to use a lot of other tools like the face sets. So now we can click and drag with the left mouse and we can create a face set. Now, if I go here and start to, again, click and drag my mouse, my left button mouse, you can see it's creating another one. So every time I click and drag, it's going to create a new one. So how can I expand an existing one? Well, I need to hold Control. So if you click on Control and then click on the left mouse and drag, it's going to expand that face set. There you go. So these are all face sets right here. Now, if you click outside a face set with the Control and click and drag, it's going to delete that face set. And these are really the basics for the face sets. Now, what are face sets? Face sets are basically groups of faces that we can use to paint or sculpt, or we can use for different reason in Blender. Now, let's try to paint. So if I go down here and use the paintbrush, so I click and drag, okay, nothing happens. And let's sculpt. Click and drag. And you can see that it basically goes through that area where I define a face set. So we need to turn on some of the features of the painting and sculpting brush in Blender. So we need to go here where all the settings for the brush are. And for example, if you want to use face set with the standard brush, we need to go to advanced. And you can see we have a set of auto masking features, and between these, among these, we find the face sets. Now, topology, for example, is about the structure and the shape. Face sets is going to take the face set into consideration, creating an auto masking. So if I click and drag, you can see now it stops and then continues after the face set. So it does what the mask does usually, but it's going to stay there. So it's kind of a group that is going to be saved into the topological information of the model. While when we use the mask, let's use the mask brush just for a second. This is going to be there, but as soon as I say like clear mask, it's going to go away. So this is more temporary, while face sets are more permanent than the masks usually. Now you can also go to the menu here and you have other options. So for example, you can do face set from masked. So it's going to create a mask, sorry, a face set where I created a mask previously. Now let's also clear the mask so we can see clearly that that's a face set right there. Now, other things we can do with face sets. Let me show you here on the toolbars. If you go down, we have also lasso face set and box face set. Now, these are to create a box face set, so something pretty straight, and also a lasso face set. So this is to create a lasso selection. So basically, it's like selecting or painting a selection or using a mask. Now, let's see other things we can do. So another thing we can do is go down and look for the edit face set. And these are other things. So edit face set, if you click on that face set, you can see it's growing now, the face set. I'm clicking with the left mouse. Now to change the type of operation we want to do, we can go up here to the tool panel. We can change this, for example, to shrink. So this is now going to shrink. Or we can go down here and we can change here. And we can do like grow, shrink, grow. Sorry, let me just, okay. And we can also change the strength. Now we can also do other stuff like delete the geometry. So this is similar to when we use the mask and when we do the mask slice. So it's gonna take off that part. It's not gonna be there anymore. Let me go back, Control Z. Let me use again the edit. And now we are still on shrink. And then we have fair position. Now let me just show you this in another part. So I'm gonna paint a face set right here. Okay, and now let's go here and use edit face set. Let's do the fair position. Okay, if you click now, you can see what it's doing. It's kind of flattening out that area, kind of also a little bit carving that area. And now we have the strength and we can fix that. Let's paint now in this, oh sorry, be careful because this is another face set, by the way. It's considered like another face set. So let me paint here another one. Okay, and let's go again here. And then we have the fair tangency. So you can see it's kind of smoothing out that part in order to have a more tangent solution. So you can see it's more harmonic. The curve is more uniform with the rest or with the borders. So these are various tools already that we can use with face sets. Now we can also hold the shift key, click and drag with the draw face set tool. So if we hold shift, it's gonna, you can see, relax those edged part. Is gonna look a little bit better and smooth it. But this is also gonna affect the topology. So this is not like painting again. This is creating a group of face sets that we can use with other commands. But if we go here, let's switch to let's activate the wireframe. You can see that it's creating this line. So it's affecting actually the geometry. Okay, now I'm gonna deactivate the wireframe again. And if you're having problems with these steps, you can check the Blender video course, by the way. And if you want to know more about all these tools, about sculpting, you can check the 3D character course or also other courses and guides that we're going to publish later on. Now, we're going to change this a little bit. Well, let's go to face set. So other things we can do, grow face sets also from here. So you can grow, you can shrink, we can do a face set from the visible. So this is just what we are seeing right now. So it created one single face set. Or we can do the face set from edit mode selection. So let's go back into edit mode. So I can select here with the face selection, I can select this part and then go back to sculpt mode and then do face set and do face set from selection. So you can see created a face set right there. Or we can expand the face set by topology. So it's gonna expand a face set using the structure of the object, or we can do expand active face set. So it's kind of expanding everything here. We need to clear a little bit. So we can also use initialize face set. We can do by loose parts, which means that it's gonna get all the parts of the mesh and it's gonna create a face set for that. And let me show you just something. If I paint this area, we can extract the face set. So this becomes, and you click there with the left mouse, this becomes another object, which is separated from the original. So you can create shells or coverings or clothes, something that is really, like a glove sticking to that surface. We can also select both with the Shift key, Control J to join, or right click to join. And now this is one single object. So if we go back to sculpt mode and face set, we can do now the initialize face set by loose parts. So you can see that this is a loose part because it's separated from the rest, and this is another one. And then you have other stuff here. You can use face sets with materials, with normals, with edge creases, with you can do sharp edges and so on. So you have a lot of other options you can test, but these are like the main one. And another thing we could see here is, well, I think extract is probably one of the best feature. And then we can show all the face sets with Alt H or invert the visible face sets. Also randomize the color. Now, let me just create another one here. So if I press H on this area, it's gonna hide everything else. Again, if I press H, this is toggle visibility. So we can hide and show parts of the model. This is not like deleting. I'm not deleting this part, I'm only hiding it. Now you can also use Shift H. It's gonna do the opposite. And we can do Alt H if you wanna show everything up. So you find this here, toggle visibility, hide, and also here to show all the face sets. Now, this is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please subscribe to the channel and also to stay updated. And if you want to support us, if you want to thank us, please join the channel as a supporter. This will give us the possibility to do more videos and more courses. Check the courses, check the videos in the channel. Thanks for watching and see you in the next.